Hey y'all, it's Jessie Caitlin, your empathic mirror to your soul, and your brother in arms in the war for peace and love. And this is a Mother's Day message. It's beautiful. I was inspired to do it. And I'm going to be using the Butterfly Oracle by Doreen Virtue, along with the Fairy Tarot Oracle, Fairy Tarot by Doreen Virtue and Rodley Valentine. And this message is tapping into the All-Mother energy. All right. So this message is, I wouldn't say more for, but I think more relatable to people who don't have a positive or loving mother-child bond in any way, shape, or form. So those of us who really had to tap into the all-mother energy, right? And of course, this message is applicable to those with loving and supportive mother-parent relationships. But the All-Mother wants to speak. The All-Mother is being given a chance to speak through me to all of us. And let us get going here. I'm going to be doing a star spread with the fairies. And I believe, yes, we're going to do the star spread with... Okay, so I'm just going to pull all the cards here. Star spread, and we're going to have 2 cards, one from each deck for each sector. I was wondering if that was going to show up. I saw it earlier today, and it's partly what started this spin. I was journal writing. I was doing some healing, and I was wondering if that was going to pop up in this message because it was so inspiring. All right, so this is pertaining to the future from today on outward. Of course, time and space are non-linear, but this working with the illusion of this time. Okay, I'm sorry. It wasn't the card, but it felt magnetic. Okay. Okay. Beautiful. 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 See what we have going on here. Give me a moment. Also, if you would like a personal reading with me, all of that information will be down below. There are links. There are prices. Basically, it's $1 a minute, and you get a psychic channeled card reading message, and there's also Reiki Healing. Join me on Facebook or Instagram for daily card pulls, and if you would like to be a monthly supporter on Patreon, there's some really good thank yous as rewards as well on there. All right, so now that the business is done with, what do I want to start with? Okay. First of all, the All-Mother loves you. All right? The universe wants to give you everything in this life that life has to offer. God wants you to have it's the same sort of frequency, okay? When you go, it's kind of like emotional literacy in terms of God and Goddess and differentiation and different entities and whatnot. It's layered effects of the same cause. So whatever God you worship, whatever goddess you worship, whatever energy entity you speak with or commune with, it's just a layer. It's just a domino in the beautiful tapestry and the beautiful artwork that is God, that we exemplify, that is Goddess, that is the original source, whatever you know what I'm talking about? So, you are loved, you are cared for, and from this day forward, do not be afraid. No matter what happens in the world, no matter how the contrast decides to kick and scream and shout, the ending is coming for greed. We may be shocked into that realization that our ways do not work in accordance with nature, in accordance with the world, that is outside human society formation. All right, a bit of a rough awakening, but have no fear. And the less fear you have in your individual life, about your changes, about your goings-on, you just add stability, you add faith, you add trust, the more you apply that in your own space. All right? Because major shifts are coming. The war is not over. And in fact, Okay, they're not giving me, I'm not feeling a war coming on necessarily. I'm feeling a rise of individuals, the power of the people craving peace. All right, so, okay, the current energetic state. Let's get to the cards here. We have Four of Summer, being distracted and failing to see a magical opportunity. This is that trust factor we were talking about. This is the no fear that the All-Mother wants to directly channel for all of us to hear. Taking someone or something for granted, discontented with life. But it's that being distracted and failing to see the magic of trust, the magic of the All-Mother energy who will provide. The only times that it seems like she does not provide is when there is an alchemy of deprivation happening at work, and then your perspective. It's not what happens to you, it's how you handle what happens to you. So if you are being deprived, if you are being punished, if you are experiencing a contraction of rebirth, all right, it's time for you to acknowledge that it's a blessing, that this is magical, that it's making room for more things that you desire, and things being, you know, not actual things, but just the word to encapsulate circumstance, love, joy, that sort of thing. All right, and courage. This is the one where I was like, oh, I was wondering if it was going to pop out. Courage, babies. We will never be without, as long as we are alive, as long as we are breathing. Pain lets us know we're not dead yet, and it also evolves us into the beings that we are meant to be. To evolve past this pain. Life is suffering. In this realm, that's the way it is. Growing pains. That's like the whole purpose for this 3D consciousness. It's kind of like the whole purpose of the illusion of death. All right? Have courage to change and to not allow influence for the change you don't want. Worrying is praying for things you don't want to have happen. All right? Okay, so let's go on to our struggle sector. I love that these are accompanied together. I really do. Two of Winter. Indecision is holding you back. Make the choice that's best for you rather than trying to please others. There's a very quiet voice for many of us in the community that it's been shushed and shushed and shushed and shushed. It's now louder than a whisper, and you can't ignore it anymore. All right? So the All-Mother is talking to you and telling you what it is that would make you happy. You have to have the courage to face your ego, to face your own precedents, to face your expectations and dissolve them. And to take action on the whispers of your heart that are communicating to us. All right? Make the choice that's feeling trapped between the intellectual and the emotional. Half of us, there's a lot of logic that just does not apply. All right, especially if you're in the twin flame community and you are the chaser who stopped chasing. There is no logic to this kind of love that we are exemplifying, right? And there is no logic to the law of manifestation other than what we can comprehend about that. Energy becomes form. But there is no logic to believing that. There's no logic to belief. There's no logic to the mind. It's a total mystery. You know, what are thoughts? Okay, so, but the indecision holding you back to dissolve your unwanted fears, okay, and retirement. That's our struggle. Letting go, setting things down, making the decision to not give a fuck about what the world as society, as a structured society, tries to mold us into thinking about how the world works. No, we don't need to apply that to ourselves anymore. We can retire this suit that we've been suggested to wear. Yeah, the vision and the analogy I'm getting is just like someone's taking you shopping or you're going shopping and someone wants you to wear clothes like that. All right, we're letting that go. And it's the indecision to retire our old ways. But to help us with that, we have spiritual growth accompanied with 10 of spring. So ask for help from others, all work and no play, being weighed down by too many responsibilities with that spiritual growth. The wording of this card, and this is the 10 of Wands, typically speaking, which does speak of burden. Do you know where that burden comes from, that feeling of being weighed down by too many responsibilities? Perspective. All right? Perspective. And having the courage to ask for help, there is an avenue to you. There is a person to you. And the divine masculine energy overall. So perhaps this is within your own self. Perhaps this is in a divine counterpart, or perhaps this is with the universe themselves, right? Of you being okay with asking for help from your divine counterpart, from your divine feminine, from the universe, your angels, and those around you. So it's beneficial to ask others for help, to ask for what you need. And you have to be willing to be vulnerable enough when you ask, right? When it's that moment is so loaded with emotion. And one of those foundational emotions of asking for help, of creating that moment, is exposing your vulnerability of, you know what, I couldn't provide this for myself. I have to check my pride. I have to admit that I cannot do it all alone. Right? Right, runners of twin flames? You cannot do it all alone. All right? And this is the All-Mother coming in and saying you do not have to. She is always here. Ask and you shall receive from the All-Mother. All right? And allowing that spiritual growth. Again, it's that shedding aspect. It's that element of asking where it's like, I cannot do this all alone. We need each other. Even flowers need each other. Yes? When we are here, we need each other. When we are in this realm, we need each other. We need the microbes in the water. We need the bugs in the air. We need the amphibians. We need the fish. We need the wolves. We need the stars. We need each other as human beings. We need while we are here. And that is okay. It's acceptance of this circumstance of this life. It's one of the rule book. It's like one of the rules in the rule book of 3D reality, of 3D consciousness. We need. And it's good to deny yourself a need of others, of help, of assistance, is to deny the reality of the game. All right? Let's retire some of these restricting thoughts and take action on becoming participatory in the natural order of things in this realm. All right. So for our strength, I love it. I love it a lot. First, we have windfall. All right. But accompanied with 5 of summer. Trust that there is a reason for everything that happens. Remove yourself from negative emotions of others, focusing on that which frightens or worries you. But it's not so much that we're pulling away from that which frightens or worries us, or confronting it. Either way, we are evolving with it or from it, whatever your story is. Some of you need to move on and abandon your fears. Some of you need to face your fears, which is more so the case. I'm feeling like 70% of the viewers here, where it's like, oh, everything happens for a reason. I am at a position now where I have to look at myself in the mirror. Hello, twin flames, you know, or soulmates, whatever the case may be. I have to look in the mirror and face that about myself, which I have been shunning away. Especially if you are of the twin flame community, you are a complete and whole part of the equation. You are a variable. You have free will. You can decide to carry your weight or you cannot. And that's where I'm feeling like a lot of the divine masculine energy coming in, the all mother saying, now is the time, knock, 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 to grow up, man up. You know, I gave you life. I gave you love in the form of a divine feminine, in the form of an opposite of you. Now is the time to stop running away from this kind of love that I have to offer you in this world. Right? And to evolve with it and to embrace it and to love it and to fuel it and to give back to it. The mother does not only give and give and give and give. You got to learn how to give back. It's a cycling of energy, all right? When you do that, when you do the work, when you recognize that everything happens for a reason and you take the time to learn what that reason is and you man up and face your story and your evolution and participate in that, that's when the good stuff can come in. When you start saying yes to what this universe has to offer, to the type of love that this universe has to offer, even circumstantially, the universe can show her love through circumstance to you if that's what you want, if that's what you crave at this point in time. All right? It will come together once you face yourself, you face your fears, you retire the old ways, you make the decision to release yourself from that which holds you back. You ask your help from your spiritual ethereal team and grow in your spiritual consciousness and have that courage to see the magical things in life, right? Having the courage to pull ourselves out of this Four of Pentacles energy with circumnavigating and neglecting to see the blessing in life. That is what we are evolving from. Everything happens for a reason, to make you ready to see the kind of blessing that is right there to get us to this point of courageousness, to accept that everything happens for a reason and get ready for the good things. All right. Internal struggles we have going on with this. And there's a lot, like this is the good stuff, but there's a lot to be had with this. There's a lot of egotistical processing to be done with this. We have the moon, lovely, and support. Powerful intuitive epiphanies, letting go of worry and fear, understanding the truth of a situation. Understanding the truth of a situation. And a lot of us are going to be confronted or empowered by, all of us. We are either going to be confronted by or empowered by our participation. What does that mean? Well, again, with that 70%ers of the viewers of this video, it's like, I participated in this magical moment in this way, in such a way that it tainted it, that I have some work to make up for. I have a mess to clean up. I have apologies to give. And that's a really wonderful aspect about this moon card. The moon is about darkness, shadow aspect of the self, room for improvement, planning, working with the moon, working with the dark energies of the unknown. All right. And putting in your intent into the darkness of the void in which all creation was birthed and saying, I would like an opportunity to express this, please. I would like an opportunity to make up for what I've done. I would like an opportunity for the other 30%ers who are like really on top of their game and understand their participation and have made peace with their participation and look forward to future participation. You know, it's putting that weight in the present moment and making that decision to participate and being ready to participate that actually allows more room for the divine counterpart or for circumstance or universe to come back and go like, okay, you ready now? Cool. Here's some deliverance. All right. So letting go of worry and fear, understanding the truth of the situation. So just piggybacking, and once again, for the 70%ers, confronting your actions up until this point, it happens in the soul. Do not punish yourself so much. Trust when I say that the other person if you are a twin flame, if you're a divine masculine, if you're a runner and you realize, you know, what you've done, don't believe that your other counterpart or that the universe or God will punish you for your deeds. You punish yourself enough. That is the internal hell. And it's okay to go through a bereavement process to learn from it. But don't stay in that situation to the point where you believe that other people will treat you in the reformative reaction that you are having toward yourself. That is for you and you alone, for you to learn, be your own father figure, be your own disciplinary action, but tap into the love of the All-Mother who's saying, yes, rise to the occasion, apply your structure, accept this love, and atone for the actions you did against that love. This is room for improvement, and this is room for planning, as I've said. So letting go of worry and fear to follow your powerful, intuitive epiphanies. Oh my gosh. I did that, and that is what led to this moment and this contradiction of myself and this feeling of myself. I made this for myself. Yes. Yes, you did. But you also have the co-creative power to co-create a future moment that is not like this at all. Right? And the other 30%ers, powerful psychic or powerful intuitive epiphanies, we are applying that. I believe I'm more in that boat. We are applying that. We're adding our weight to that. We're adding our intention into the future. So it's really all good. Along with that support, All-Mother wants to give you everything that this life has to offer, only the best for her babies, right? So you have her support to face yourself. Okay, this is what's going to help you get this. All right, cool. So the overall outcome of this Mother's Day reading, we have dietary change, all right, but hold on, along with Princess of Summer, gentle, sensitive, kind, and inexperienced. So this is a Page of Pentacles sort of energy. A new relationship or emotional experience, invitations to social events, a compassionate friend you can share your concerns with. So it's time for reconnection. And this dietary change is not so much about physical food. It's about the energy. It's about what you allow yourself to feed off of or to give back in return. It's about that cycle of energy and changing what you take in as energy, which is also controlling your thoughts and your emotions a little bit. It's about changing your social circle to a considerable degree. You may be thinking of an addition, right? Especially since romance has snuck its way into this reading, right? So if you want a different kind of life, if you want a different kind of love, you got to intake a different kind of love. You got to be ready for a change in that regard. All right. And that fits in well with the new relationship or emotional experience. But there's also something to be said about the global change of ethical eating. If you are inspired to maybe give a little bit of a shit about what goes in your body, good. That will help you be more in tune with that All-Mother, always giving, only the best for my babies frequency. Because not just for you, but for her cow too, right? Only the best for her babies. So by tapping into the frequency of true love and feeling that call to participate differently in our lives in accordance with this true love, we honor Gaia, we honor that self, and we are inspired to change, not only in what we intake in frequency, but also because intaking food is intaking frequency. You can taste when someone makes food with love, right? They care, they add. It's alchemy. They're making something out of many other somethings and you know, putting in their essence into it, their own flavors into it, right? So it's about a compassionate friend you can share your concerns with. It's about becoming one with the All-Mother. It's about experiencing that kind of love with her, She is your best friend. She wants to give you everything. She's already given you life, and she's already given you so much. We just don't see it. We don't recognize it because we've manipulated her resources so much. We think we've given it to ourselves. Okay. All right, let's not feed her any more of our shit, shall we? Let's fuel the All-Mother with true love by allowing ourselves to be vulnerable and open enough to true love and to have the courage to no longer dismiss any blessing. That's the best way we can honor her. Honestly, I just felt that very much. I practically heard it. All right. There it is. Happy Mother's Day to any and all mothers of all kinds. Happy Mother's Day to those who are connecting into the All-Mother frequency. And Goddess bless everybody. All right. I love you, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.